All right, welcome to the very first live session for this year. The market has started on a very healthy note, very good momentum in the market in the month of January. I am sure this year is going to be a little more profitable than last year. Last year price was just too slow, but from what we are seeing in this month of January 2018, price seems to have kicked in heavy momentum. Okay. All right. If this is your very first time joining the live session, please click on the play button right here on the settings tab right here. Ensure that your video quality is set either to the 480 pixel or to the 720 pixel, so you can get a better stream quality at your end. All right, without any waste of time, let's just very quickly move into the chart, conduct the weekend market analysis for today. All right, okay, before we move into the chart, let's see the Forex economical calendar to see those high impact news events that are scheduled for today. Okay, this is my Forex economical calendar, the Forex factory. For today, we are having just nothing but a bank holiday coming from America, the US right here. This bank holiday tend to slow down market activities. Okay, whenever you have a bank holiday coming from America, price action tends to slow down. So for today, you might not really see much of price action because of this bank holiday. So ordinarily for us, we are supposed to be off the market, but we will just quickly look into some of those pairs that are hitting the wires right now. Okay, for the entire week, these are the most high impact news events that we are expecting. Important of all here is the interest rate announcement coming from Canada. That will be happening on a Wednesday, the 17th of January 2018. These news events usually rock the market, so you should be expecting heavy market volatility, especially on Wednesday, the 17th of January 2018, on all Canadian dollar crosses. All right, now let's move into the charts and see what we have waiting for us. Okay, we are now looking into my own chart. We are going to be reviewing a few pairs here. So let's begin with the Australian dollar against the Swiss franc. This is the 1 hour time frame. Since this is our first review for this month, okay, so we are going to be starting from the monthly time frame down to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, we'll only see the 30 minutes time frame if we find a 3 SMA setup in the 30 minutes time frame. All right, Australian dollar against the Swiss franc, monthly time frame. As you can see here, price is trading around a heavy level of resistance. That level formerly acted as a support right here. We are seeing how price has been respecting that area. Okay, so that is a resistance. This is not a level that you want to actually buy against. All right, you don't want to click on your buy button against that level. That is a heavy level of resistance. At best, you want price to break above right there, then you want to begin to look for that pullback and for a continuation move. But for now, price is still sitting below that level of resistance, so you really do not want to be looking for long entries. Rather, you should be looking for even bounces to the downside. All right, let's see the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, not really clear. We are in a heavy range around that area of resistance. You can see that range right there. Like I said, this is not a good point for you to click on your buy button. You should be waiting for price to push above before you want to click on the buy button. For now, this is an area to look for potential short entries in the Australian dollar against the Swiss franc. Right, so no valid setup here for us to trade. In the daily time frame, well, we saw that massive rejection of this area that has been holding price. Last week we took this trade, but we closed the trade out already before price are closed. All right, we took this trade here, this rejection, that price bounced to the downside. We're not seeing that pullback again anywhere around somewhere here. It is expected that price should come back down. For the Australian dollar against the Swiss franc, the daily time frame, do not also click on your buy button around that area. No valid setup to take the trade right now. In the 4 hours time frame, let's keep this level as a support. That's the previous level of support right here, holding price at that particular area. So that's the 4 hours level of support. Let's see the one. All right, I do apologize for that little break. Just trying to make sure that the stream is getting through to you. Give me a little. Okay, I think we are all good now. Let's continue the live stream. All right, I was talking about Australian dollar against the Swiss franc in the 1 hour time frame. This is our new level of our intraday resistance. Let's keep this line here. Okay, in the 1 hour time frame, you can see that price has been in the range. That's the range. Sideways price behavior. Price can find resistance anywhere around in the air to come back down. For now, do not trade this pair. There is no valid setup. All right, the next one is the euro against the Canadian dollar. Let's move into the monthly time frame. In the monthly time frame, we have a channel. This is a channel that we had already. You can see how price retested that channel twice to the upside, again bounces to the downside, but price is in the middle of that channel. We cannot really take any trade off the middle of that channel right now. In the weekly time frame, we got a nice bullish engulfing candle as of last week. You can see how the candle for last week totally engulfs the previous week candle. All right, the previous week's candle, you can see how this green candle totally engulfs this one right here. That's a heavy buying pressure. Okay, this is an indication that there is just too much buying pressure for the euro against the Canadian dollar. So if you're looking to trade this pair for this week, it's advisable to remain bullish, to stay very bullish with the euro against the Canadian dollar. All right, but we will not be willing to click on our buy button right here because this is an area of resistance. You can see how price has been topping out around that area. So if you are clicking on your buy button against that point, if you are clicking on your buy button against this area, you might be trading against that level of resistance. Okay, so that is why we will not be going long right now. So let's see the daily time frame. In the daily time frame last week, we took a nice trade here with this pin bar right here for some nice profit to the upside, over 300 pips. Price is now trading around that level of resistance. You can see that channel formation. That's the new level of resistance. So again, we will not be clicking on our buy button against that level of resistance. In the 4 hours time frame, anything? Nothing really in the 4 hours time frame, but we might want to keep this level, which is a double top. All right, this one here, let me change that color to green. Okay, so resistance there, next time might act as support. So let's keep that line. Let's see the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, nothing really. This is the beginning of the trend. If you want to draw your outer trend line, this should be your outer trend line. Inner trend line could be this, but prices are actually has broken that inner trend line. Not looking good, so there is nothing we can actually trade here. All you have to bear in mind is that price is trading around the upper channel leg in the daily time frame, that level right here as resistance. So you really do not want to click on your buy button against that level of resistance. All right, even though we found that bullish engulfing candle in the weekly time frame, you want price to push above that area of resistance before you begin to search for trading opportunities. For now, there is nothing valid, so we are not taking any trade. All right, the American dollar against the Japanese yen. This is one of those pairs that we took again as of last week, and it seems we closed our trade out too early. In the monthly time frame, you can see how price is trading around that falling level of resistance. We had analyzed this over and over as of last year. That's the level of resistance. We took a trade here early this year, but I've closed that trade out. And price is now looking absolutely bearish. Okay, there is no further level of support to hold price until this level right here. So price is more or less sitting at a highway free of traffic for the American dollar against the Japanese yen, and the best course of action here is to search for only short opportunities with this pair. All right, let's see the daily time frame. In the daily time frame, I was also following the flat bottom triangle here. Nice flat bottom triangle, and that was the reason why I closed this trade out, because I felt it is better to wait for the pullback to that area. From there on, I will be looking for short entries, but it seems price just kept pushing to the downside. Well, it is not too late. We can still find that entry, that pullback to that particular area to search for our short entry. So it's all about patience. Let's just be patient enough, wait to see if price will be able to make a pullback to that area for us to search for our short entries. All right, this level here is not strong enough to me. Rather, I would like to keep this one here. This is a counter trend line, and that is the most strongest level for me, and that's the most valuable level right now that I would like to keep. So if I find, or if we find a pullback to that area, that would be a nice trading opportunity to look for short entries. Okay, but for now, do not take any trade here. Let's see if we will get that pullback to that period. All right, in the forward time frame, nothing. It seems we are finding price in a sideways behavior. That is it. An early warning that hey, the pullback might soon happen. In the 1 hour time frame, let's see that clearly. Draw that a counter trend line, although it seems it has been broken. That's the channel there. Okay, with this channel formation in the 1 hour time frame, you need to be absolutely careful going short. This is an early warning that price might be coming back up, making that pullback before the drop back down. But for now, price is trading below that channel leg, this one right here, which was formerly acting as support, and may now act as what? Resistance. But if price is able to come back up, then we might be seeing further pushes to make that faithful pullback that we are expecting in daily time frame. Again, no trade here for us for now. We are following this pair very strictly in the daily time frame, waiting for that pullback. For now, there is no entry. We'll wait patiently to see if we get that pullback. It will be quite a late entry to take the trade somewhere in here. Very late entry. All right, let's quickly look into the next pair, the sterling pounds against the New Zealand dollar. Let's begin from the monthly time frame. In the monthly time frame, remember we were seeing a turnaround. Price was actually turning to the upside. You can see how we were having that swing already. Okay, so that's the push, pullback, swing up. This is another pullback. Don't be surprised to see price push to the upside again. So for the sterling pounds against the New Zealand dollar, this is a very risky zone to click on your sell button, because the long term, in fact the monthly time frame, price is actually pushing to the upside, and this is just a pullback. On that pullback, we are expecting to see another swing to the upside. All right, in the weekly time frame, now this is the trend that we were talking about. Little swing there, another one right here. That is the pullback. Upon that pullback for last week, what did we get? We saw a pin bar. That is a pin bar. Okay, that is a sign of reversal, that hey, I am now ready to push to the upside. If you also take your Fibonacci retracement tool from the low, that's the beginning of that swing to the upside, you will see where that pin bar is happening. Let's take the Fibonacci retracement tool. That high, you will see that the pin bar happened right off the 50% Fibonacci retracement zone, which is the potential bounce point and something that we like to see. So if you are Hector Davil, a trader, you trade pin bars, this is one of those pin bars that we should be looking to trade. Okay, it is not just happening around the Fibonacci retracement zone, it is also happening around previous swing highs. Okay, right there. So for us to take this trade, the entry will have to be a buy stop order, a few pips above the pin bar. The stop loss will be a few pips below the pin bar. Okay, but this will be too big for most of you traders because of the stop loss value. That will be too big. So in the shorter time frames, if you are looking to trade this pair, you want to be looking for only long opportunities. In the daily time frame, we already anticipated a channel formation, and price bounced off that area, that lower channel bound, and should be pushing to the upside to retest the upper channel boundary. So directional bias for the sterling pounds against the New Zealand dollar is to the upside. In the forward time frame, let me change this line to green. You obviously will see that this falling trend line in the forward time frame was broken last week Friday, and we are now seeing that hesitation around in the area. So actually we should be looking for that reversal move upon the breakout of this trend line. So in the 1 hour time frame, what could we possibly trade here? This trend line has been broken. Directional bias remains to the upside, so we are going to bracket that Tokyo range. That is what we should be bracketing, and we should be interested only in breakouts to the upside. Excuse me. And what should we be looking to trade here? Well, of course, the London Open breakout strategy. That should be the best setup that we should be trading here. So let's zoom into the 15 minutes time frame. Just mark the Tokyo ranges, that Tokyo high. Let me change the color of this line. Okay, that's the Tokyo high, and this is the Tokyo low. All right, so how do we trade this? We need to wait for that breakout in the 15 minutes time frame. A solid momentum candle breaking free that high. Wait for 1 or 2 or 3 red candles pullback. Even if we have 1, that's the breakout congestion continuation pattern. We'll be placing our buy stop order a few pips above, and our stop loss will go a few pips below. Right, so this is one pair that we'll be following for today, looking to trade the London Open breakout strategy. All right, so that is it. Keep this one. It's a valid setup that we'll be following for today. Right, the next one is the American dollar against the Swiss franc. I just want to show you this in the daily time frame, something that we are following here. You will see that price has broken below a key level of support, that level, with solid breakouts right here. So we should be looking for continuation move. We should be looking for pullbacks to retest that level. This pair remains absolutely bearish, but for now there is no valid entry for us. We are still watching this pair. You should be searching for only short opportunities. Okay, it's a valid setup. In the 1 hour time frame, we should keep this trend line. Okay, so that's now a point of confluence. If price makes a pullback to that area, is going to be facing resistance, serious resistance from that level. All right, so that is it for the American dollar against the Swiss franc. No valid entry for now. We are still following that, but the directional bias remains to the downside. Let's see the euro against the Swiss franc. The euro against the Swiss franc is a bullish pair, but price action is totally a mess. You can see that tiny price behavior right here. That is a total mess. Let's see daily time frame. In the daily time frame, we had what looked more like a channel. Okay, but at the same time, we had this double top. Let me zoom in this chart for you to see. This double top right there. Let me change this color to red. Okay, now if okay, you can see the breakout of that double top, heavy momentum bar. So we should actually be looking for continuation moves, pull back to that level for price to push to the upside. This is something that is also on our radar, but for now there is no valid continuation move, so no entry. In the 1 hour time frame, really bad price behavior. Take off this line. We cannot draw any level here, but just know price is trading above that level of former resistance, which may now act as support. All right, let's quickly look into the next one, the New Zealand dollar against the Japanese yen. Monthly time frame, price is trading around a monthly level of resistance. For this pair, it's important to look for short entries only. In the weekly time frame, price is reacting off that level of resistance. All right, if you take this former trend line, price has now made a pullback to retest that level. In fact, for this one, we should be going short. Let's assume this is our entry right there, current price at level. Stop loss just somewhere around in here. Okay, I'm going to be using my lot size calculator to take this trade right now. Let's see that lot size calculator. Okay, let's assume the difference in pips from the entry to the stop loss level is about 127 pips. So I'm using my lot size calculator here. As usual, I'm ready to risk 2%, and I am changing the stop loss value to 127 pips. Okay, that is it. The stop loss calculator is recommending 1.25 lot size. Okay, I am risking just 2% of my account. This is very important, guys. If you want to remain profitable, you must calculate your lot size all the time. So I'm going to take this trade now with 1.25 lot size. All right, 1.25 lot size. My stop loss is just 81. Just give me a second here, please. Let me. I think I lost my connection here. Let me try to get back. All right, so I'm taking the trade right now. I'm selling straight on. Again, okay, that has been taken right now. So I am in for this trade as price makes that pullback to retest this level, which is now acting as resistance. Hopefully we should see price coming back down at least to somewhere in here, where we'll be taking out some profits. That will be updated in the Telegram group. All right, in the daily time frame, this is our key level of support. Nothing interesting here in the 4 hours time frame. In the 1 hour time frame, we can keep this level. Just to keep this one as well. All right, in the American dollar against the Canadian dollar, price is 10. For this pair, we were spent almost the whole of the better part of last year anticipating this bearish push to the downside in the American dollar against the Canadian dollar. Well, it finally happened. Price is still very bearish with this pair, and we should be only interested in searching for short entries. Okay, we have seen price breaking free from that level of support in the daily time frame. Let me bring that in. Daily time frame, and we are seeing that push to the downside. Well, I believe the pullback is not over. You still need to wait. Price might make some pullbacks. Somewhere in here is where we should be searching for our short entry. So let's wait to see if we can find that faithful pullback to that area for us to go short with the American dollar against the Canadian dollar. Like I said, this is not the best place to go short. It might be quite a bit of a late entry. All right, so in the 1 hour time frame, let's keep this level. Let's also keep this one here. So our level of resistance in the 4 hours time frame. You can keep this one here as our level of support. My advice again is not to go short against this level, right? Don't go short. All right, for the sterling pounds against the American dollar is actually weak. This pair is very bullish, but trading around a long-term level of resistance. That's it. So you should also not be going long at that particular level of resistance. Don't go long against that level. You can see former support there may now act as resistance. You want price to break above before you want to begin to search for long entries. In the daily time frame, price has not made any pullback either. So sitting right there, you should not be taking or clicking on your buy button. Let's see the short time frames to see if we find anything valid. The 1 hour time frame. Let's see, this is our trend line here. We have 2 of this. It should be valid for a London Open breakout setup, but let's wait and see the type of Tokyo range we will get. But it seems price is giving us that slant type of behavior, which might not be a Tokyo range. Price is trending. Price is still trending, but for now, let's keep it. Again, it is recommended not to go long around that particular level. Just hold on. The Australian dollar against the New Zealand dollar. Let's see the monthly time frame. Quite some hesitation around that area of resistance. Price still has the tendency to push to the upside, to retest that area or to break through. Be careful clicking on your sell button on the Australian dollar against the New Zealand dollar. The weekly time frame has nothing really. The daily time frame, we are seeing that bounce of this area of support. Don't go short for today. Okay, be really careful. Though we are going to have some problems here. Price movement might not be smooth in the Australian dollar against the New Zealand dollar. For me, avoid this pair for now. If you must trade this pair, then look for long opportunities. All right, nothing there. Next one is the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. What's my interest here? In the daily time frame, price is approaching a high tension level. That level right here is a heavyweight level of resistance. We want to see a good fake breakout, either a fake breakout to go short, or we want to see a solid breakout, then a pullback for a continuation move. So price is very close to that key level of resistance. Let's keep following this pair, monitoring this in real time to see if we find a valid trading opportunity. In the shorter time frame, you don't have anything valid to trade here. Just avoid this pair for now. All right, how about the euro against Australian dollar? Well, in the just want to show you why we didn't take this trade in the weekly time frame. As you can see, price is trading below that trend line. That pin bar didn't close above that trend line, so we're not ready to trade against that trend line, which may now be acting as a resistance. So with all of this market confusion here, you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pin bars, right? 4 pin bars. That's 1 month of pin bars. That's market confusion. Price is heading nowhere. We are not interested in trading here. Okay. All right. So that is what I really wanted to show you in the daily time frame, then forward time frame. Let me be more precise with this line. Okay, that is it. Nothing to trade here. Avoid this pair for now. And finally, the euro against the American dollar. Congratulations to those of you who were full this pair throughout the last year, where we were calling for that bullish push, and I told you that my final profit target should be somewhere around in here. All right. So you can see how price has pushed there very nicely, challenging that level right now. And for those of you who were also following, I told you all of these levels will not be able to hold price. And as you can see, price is making that solid push to that area. Well, I am following this pair very closely in the daily time frame. We got a solid level of resistance, in fact a double top. This is a nice price action. It's a clean, clear price action. We have seen that solid breakout. What do we need? A pullback. We are all waiting around this area. This is where we are waiting to click on our buy button. The euro against the American dollar is clearly bullish. What we need to see is a pullback to that level to look for our long entry. So for now, this is not the best point you want to buy. Do not click on your buy entry. Wait for price to make that pullback. In the 1 hour time frame, let's see we have anything nice. Okay, let's keep the trend line. If this trend line breaks, if price breaks that trend line, then we are likely coming back to this red zone. From there on, that is where we'll be interested to look for our long entries. For now, there is nothing valid to trade here. We are following this pair in the daily time frame. The setup itself is in the daily time frame. It's a nice setup. Let's wait for that pullback and for a continuation move. Okay. All right, thanks for watching this video. This is basically all in this review. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you find it very valuable. I am sure better reviews will be coming ahead, even though we didn't have a very clean view due to some connection and disconnections. That will be fixed. This is the very first live session for this month, and for this year, better things are ahead. Thanks again for watching. I will be talking to you again very soon. If you have questions or contributions, please feel absolutely free to post them in the Telegram group or over the live trading room chat window, and we will discuss there all together. Again, thanks, and do have a profitable trading day and a fantastic holiday for those of you based in the US. Bye bye.